This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming up next. And we welcome you to one of the most popular golf courses on the PGA Tour.
This course so much, Rich, the Green Mile. It's fine to have a good golf course, but it's got to have a great finish. It's got a course. Quail Hollow has that great finish of 16, 17, and 18.
Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Ian,
Unbelievable. From that distance.
Frank, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from the golfer so far.
It's rock solid. The ultimate of professional, doing exactly what you should be on a day like today.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Right, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532 yard par 5-7.
In today's game, 530 plus change, you think is incredibly short. And look at the trouble in front of you. Water all the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. Bunkers left. This is not for the faint of heart. Yes, one will definitely hurt.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably in the par 4-8 here at Quail Hollow, 50 yards. Frank, players can lay it up and just hit a little baby wedge into the green, but why not go for it?
I think both plans work well, Rich. This is one of those holes, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. You're going to lay it up, lay it up. If you're going to go for it, just aim at that tree and hit it down there. Just take your medicine.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Pretty good shot right there. And he makes it for par. Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495 yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Welcome to the home of the Wells Fargo Championship, where the likes of Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, and long-hitting J.B. Holmes have all won. It was first opened for play in 1961. It has really grown through the years, and it is now played by the best in the world. Rich Loader alongside Frank Novello for EA Sports. Let's jump down to the golf course. See if our featured player can do something right today.
Yeah, when you're swinging well, obviously target looks as big as a barn, but on days like today, everything looks difficult.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now a relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9 iron or something like that into the green. Or, if you want to, you can try and blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Finally in for a double bogey. Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right. And then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know you line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Has this to save par. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Here we are at the par 3 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. What really sets Quail Hollow apart here at the Wells Fargo Championship, brutal finishing stretch. They call it the Green Mile. And we are excited to bring you all of the tournament action. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Wow, he moved that a long way right in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Do that. Frank, this is where you know that players like Bubba Watson, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy are playing a different game than guys like me. They step up to this 250-yard par 3 and they might hit 5 iron. It is a little downhill, but they might be with a middle iron, where a lot of us would be with a driver.
Well, you see the advantage of that power on this very hole, not just because of the length they got to hit it, but the green they're heading into. This green slopes off in both directions, right and left. What a birdie. Now just a handful of players in contention.
Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6 and a 7 and an 8 or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on do you go for this par 5 and 2. It's not overly long, just over 530 yards. It is very tempting. Surely not.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wow, and with that eagle, Frank, now only 2 shots back.
All of a sudden put the name back into the mix just when we thought it might be too late.
Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4/8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, what do you think of the 9th hole here at Quail Hollow?
Oh, I think it's a beauty, Rich. One of those long, nice drawing tee shots. 500 yards is a par 4. You have to hit a good drive down there. The fairway doesn't camber that much. Hole does dogleg to the left. Big advantage for a big tee shot here.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway.
Second shot.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And that wraps up the 3rd round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Thanks for joining us here today in Charlotte, North Carolina for the final round of the Wells Fargo Championship. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Well, if history has a chance of repeating itself, remember those great closing rounds by Rory McIlroy, that 62, that was one of the best rounds ever shot that year, back in 2010, and of course that playoff too. Ricky Fowler back in 2012. We actually beat out then world number one Rory McIlroy with that stunning drive down the finishing hole and brilliant wedge to a tight flag. This golf course, it can give it, it can take it away, but for us, from where we're sitting, Rich, we'll enjoy the view today.
No doubt about it. Well, on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Looks like he just misread that. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
What a birdie. Time running out. Couldn't come at a better time.
To within 2 shots of the lead. Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Excellent looking shot here. Well, this is a challenging second shot here to the par 4-12.
It's almost like two greens, Rich. That ridge that goes through the middle about the halfway point, 18 to 20 yards. Anything over that will kick on, and anything short of that runs back to the front. Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
For par. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best play. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the whole under par.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is, but maybe you at home should try.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Continues to roll the ball very well. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those two bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Good contact, good result. Frank, it's kind of cool if your golf course has a menacing name for the finishing stretch. There's the Bear Trap at PGA National, the Gauntlet at TPC Sawgrass, and here at Quail Hollow, the Green Mile. Does it earn the nickname?
Rich, I don't know about the name, but I think if you want to look at 3 holes in a row that are really going to get your attention, perhaps wreck your card, then 16, 17, and 18 at Quail Hollow are the ones. 16 the par 4 over 500 yards, 17 is just fraught with disaster, and then 18 requires you hit your best tee shot. I think even if those holes were in 3 different parts of the golf course, they'd get your attention.
Here we go. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his par. Here's fine, isn't it, Frank? Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway or expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. Let's putt for birdie. Not too much and not too little. Perfectly played into the center of the cup. Frank, year in, year out, the Wells Fargo Championship delivers the excitement and the great champions, and this year, well, didn't disappoint.
No, joining the list of the Ricky Fowlers, the Rory McIlroys, the JB Holmes, Sean O'Haire, Tiger Woods, Furyk, list goes on. These are the best players in the game. So adding your name to that list really is the hallmark of a very, very successful